This is the new Grand Cherokee SRT8, but the big story is what you don't see here. Let's get back to a little bit of history. The original Grand Cherokee SRT8 came out a few years ago. It was a blast to drive. It outperformed a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, much to Porsche's chagrin, right? It's a 12-second quarter-mile truck. It handled great, it looked fabulous, it cleared the left lane like nobody's business. But here's the problem. This is where the exhaust was. In their haste to get the most power out of the car, they'd simply thrown away the idea of towing. And for people like me, I'm a club racer, I race a Mopar product, right? I race a Neon. What would I love to tow my Neon with? One of these. Couldn't do it. I was limited to something else. So a lot of people went to Chrysler and said, you gotta fix that. The next one's gotta tow. So we're gonna go to the front of this SRT8 and show you all the great changes that go along with being on the new Grand Cherokee platform. But the biggest deal I want you to understand is finally 5,000 pounds of towing capacity, all right? So let's get started. Look at this thing. Talk about an aggressive visual styling statement. A few months ago, I drove the standard Hemi Grand Cherokee in California. Couldn't believe how quick the thing was on the open road. At the time, I thought the suspension improvements might mean that it would be competitive with an old SRT8 down a winding road. So now what do we have? We have the new chassis plus the new motor. And you know what that means? 6.4 liter Hemi. Bigger and badder than the old one. What's the running gear like? Equally impressive. Same big Brembos you love, now you can see more of them through these wheels. Can't stress how excited I am about the potential over-road pace of this car. You're never going to go off-road with it, right? You're not that stupid. Don't take this thing off-road. Jeep has a ton of Grand Cherokees they want to sell you for off-road use. This is the on-road SRT8. You will have to work very hard to keep ahead of this car on even a racetrack, right? This thing will be pretty good on a track. So if you have an M3, I wouldn't worry about it too much, but gosh, if I was driving a 335i and I saw this behind me on the Pacific Coast Highway, I'd really think about my entry to the next corner because this thing comes out of corners like nobody's business. We forget, it's a four-wheel drive V8, all right? Just imagine, you got all the power you could want, plus all the traction you could want, plus a relatively short wheelbase. Okay? This is going to be a faster vehicle than you think. It looks the business. Chrysler is having a great New York auto show, and this is just one of the reasons why.